Hello, good morning everyone. Today I'm going to teach. I'm going to talk about database management system again. So in this, we have been learn about different kind of joins yesterday's session, and today we're going to continue the same session. And yesterday I just want to give you a brief introduction what we have learned in yesterday's session. So in yesterday's session we are being learned about what is the importance of joins in the database management systems and different kind of database products like Oracle, SQL Server, or DBMS like DB2. Or MySQL or any databases you can consider in the market. In all databases, this joins will be a most important factor. So basically, why this joins will be used whenever you want to combine the data of multiple tables. For example, DBMS principle of normalization is telling you that you can split the data into multiple tables, right? When you split the data into multiple tables, then whenever you want to get the data from multiple tables, you required a specific joins in that particular application, in which we are been talking about a different kind of joins yesterday. All right, there are three different joins are available in any databases. That is something called inner join, outer join, and a cross join. Yes, we are been talking about inner join, in which we are talking about equi-join concept. Yes. Says this equi-join, what is this equi-join do basically? Equi-join usually combines the data of more than a single table, or for example, if I want to combine the data from 4 tables, 5 tables, sometimes I want to combine the data from 10 tables, different 10 tables, in which in each and every table, when you comparing with the second table or when you are combining the data with the second table, there is supposed to be a common column between these two tables, so that you can make join of these two tables so that your output becomes a single result set. Okay. So as I told you, right, for example, you have a multiple tables, for example, table 1, table 2 or table 3, right. We know how to write a select statement, right. You can write a multiple select statement, doesn't matter, you can have a multiple tables will be result set, but only major factor is the resultant of multiple select statement will be more than single table, but we are expecting that it has to be only a single table. Whenever it comes to a single table data or whenever it comes to a single table, then we have to go for compulsory joins concept. So today I am going to complete, I am going to talk about inner joins, that is equi-joins concept, then we will go for outer joins here. Now let me show you the screen once again, and here what is the database we are creating is, we are creating a database called, what database? We have created a database called e_Shopee, is a database which we have created earlier, right. In this database we have created yesterday 2 different tables, right. So there is a table name called as TBL underscore or employee, and you can just see that one more table I have created yesterday, that is TBL underscore department, right. 2 tables I was created. See that when you observe, just observe carefully this one, there is a specific column or there is a specific column in these 2 tables which is have a same name. Just observe that here I have a department number column is a table 1, in the same way you have a department number column in table 2. Based on this, I just want to join these 2 tables, right. So that whenever you are joining these 2 tables, for example, if someone is asked you about someone is asked that I want to get the select list of employee name, employee salary, department name as well as a department address. Okay. So if you look at this select, if you just look at this select list is not belongs to a single table. If you just observe this, these 2 columns here belongs to a table name called employee, and these 2 tables are called department table respectively, right. So these 2 columns is belongs to employee table and the next 2 columns are belongs to department table. Now, but what I want to do is I want to get this for this one or 4 different columns as a single result set. So in that way I have to go for the joins here. First of all, in this joins I am using something called it as equi-join concept. Yes. So what is this equi-join going to do, and how to use this equi-join and how to apply the equi-join now, right. So for this we have learned yesterday there is a small concept in database, that is something called it as alias names, right. This you can give it for the columns of a table and you can also give for the alias name for the table also. Alias name in the simple thing, it is an alternate name which is you can give it to any application or any columns or any tables, okay, or you can call it as another name, right. So, both are same, but this alias names are not physical tables or physical columns of a table. This is a virtual columns, nothing but these columns physically will not be presented in your tables, right. So, yesterday I was being explained about this kind of alternate names or alias names, right. With that part, first I am going for equijoin here. What is a equijoin has to be? First thing, there is a few principles you need to follow for this equijoin first of all, right. What is the first principle you need to follow for this equijoin is, right. This equijoin first principle is whenever you combining the data, combine the data from multiple tables or say more than a single table, right, then there should be a common column in right. There should be a common column in this both the tables, so that I have satisfied my first requirement. Then what I can do is you can get a column list from both the table, right, from both the tables based on a specific condition. So, what is a specific condition? I will let you know right now with the experiment, all right. So, what is a basic thing, right, how to write the syntax for this particular list one is, you need to remember the syntax first of all, select, you can make a list of columns here, column list, right. So, if it is belongs to a single column or if it is belongs to 2 tables or 3 tables, it does not matter, then you can just make it as a column list, right, and from how many tables you want, let us say table list, right, you have a table list, right. Once you given this particular thing, right, then you can go for applying the where condition here, where clause, yes, you can apply the where clause on this particular thing, so that you can able to get the column list from the tables whatever you have given here, right. Now, so first thing is let me flip to again our SQL Server database, and here I want to get the select list. How many select lists you want? First one is employee name, second one is employee salary, third one is department name, and the last one is department location, 4 different columns. This is my column list, right. So, this is the select list or this is the column list what I want to give as a reporting output, right. From how many tables it is, from how many tables it is, the first 2 columns or belongs to a table name called employee, comma, and the next 2 columns or belongs to a table name called a department number, yes. So, now this is what my column list, from here to here this is a column list, from here to here this is your table list, right. Sometimes maybe a 3 tables, sometime it may be a 4 tables, sometime it is a 10 tables. Does not mean that you have to have a same column in these 4 tables, right. Now, let us understand it very carefully, most of the people will get confused here. When I am talking about equijoin, most of the people will get confused here. For example, this is your table 1, right, and I do have one more table here, this is your table 2, yes, and imagine that there is one more table in my database, I just want to combine the data also, right. So, what I told you that there is a specific column should be same in both the tables. Now, I have a one column in table 1, this is my column 1 and this is one more column of my table 2, right, and these 2 columns are same, right. So, that what I can do right now is I can join these 2 tables, so that I can able to get the data of these 2 tables, right. But what I want to do is apart from the 2 tables data, I want to combine the data of a 3rd table. It does not mean that this is a column has to be presented in this table. You can make anywhere that, for example, I have a column in table 2, but it is not there in table 1, it is not there in table 1, but it is there in table 3. right. So, now how will happen is I can able to join these two tables now, right. Altogether how many tables I am joining now? I am joining the 3 different tables here, right. It does not mean that this is the same column has to be presented in all tables, no, something, but it has to be one specific column should be there in 2 tables wherever you want to join. It can be or it sometime cannot be, but there is one more column of my table, right. Say let us say this is your second table, there is one column and this column has been same in the third table, then you can able to join these 2 tables also, right. So, when you joining these 2 tables you can make a particular joins based on the condition here. Now, understand, first of all you need to understand this, most of the people will get confused here itself, nothing but as I am talking about common column, no, there is nothing called common column. If you are talking about only 2 tables, there is supposed to be one common column, right. Sometimes it is supposed to be there in third table or not, that does not matter, but here if you are joining with the third table, there is supposed to be one column from table 2 should be same as the table 3, so that you can make of these 3 tables, you can join these 3 tables, so that you can able to get the output of 3 different tables here. Yes, am I very clear now? Please do remember this, most of the people will have a doubt and most of the interviewers, right, I mean when you are going for a technical interview on the databases, they mostly ask you this kind of questions, right. So, it has to be or sometimes it cannot, right. Sometimes if it is that the same column in all tables, it is okay. If there is no common column in all tables, but there is one common column in between 2 tables, then it is okay, you can able to join the 2 tables here, right. Understand it? Yes. Now, let me flip to our database of SQL Server. Now, let me execute this, because how many columns you are expecting here, they are supposed to be 4 different columns and it has to be respectively from 2 tables, something called it these 2 columns or belongs to table 1 and the last 2 columns or belongs to table 2. Now, let me execute this, right, let me execute this particular thing. So, what you are getting here, right, just look at here, what is the select list you are getting here? Yes, what is select list you are getting? You are getting the select list of almost 18 records or 18 to 20 records, you just see this data, right, almost you are getting 30. See that first employee is belongs to development and second employee belongs to development, right. Again you can just see here the same employees belongs to administration and the same employees belongs to here testing department. Nothing but altogether we have to get only 6 records here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 different records you need to get, and you have to give a specific thing that he is either belongs to development or admin or a testing, that is you have to remember is okay. Nothing but there is something wrong with our query right now, yes or no, there is something wrong with our query, nothing but we have to extend this particular query. How to extend this query is, it is pretty simple, I need to add a where clause to this particular table and table 1, I am specifically joining these 2 tables based on table employee have a column name called department number and the same thing table department have another column called department number. Nothing but when this condition is passed, nothing but as I told you, whenever you are executing any select statement, when you are trying to write any select statement with the help of where clause, first where clause will be evaluated. Once where clause is evaluated and the respective result will be sent to select listed, I mean to say select statement, and after that you can able to get the data of both the tables, right. So, now what is the condition I am writing here? The table 1 department number column, there is some value for this and the value has to be matched with second table department number, right. If that is matching in these 2 tables, you can execute this query so that you can understand here the result set of this table will becomes pretty simple now, right. Previously it was almost 18 records, now you can get only 6 records and you can just see that Mr. Harsha is belongs to a development department, nothing but he belongs to department number of 10 and here is not belongs to a development, he belongs to administration department and Mr. so and so person is belongs to a testing department and here also testing and development department, yes or no. Now, this is a query what we are expected output. See that. So, as we are expected output is 4 different columns from the tables, both the tables, based on that we have written this queries. Yes, I am repeating this particular query again. See that whenever I am trying to write a select statement with the help of where clause, whenever I want to give a condition to it, when I am giving a condition to it. So, what is the condition I am giving here? First thing is, the condition is telling you that first table 1 have a column name called department number, the same column has to be there in second table as we have a second column, but there is this value is same, then only you can make adjustment or you can make the select list, right. I mean to say, once it is evaluated, the respective result will be sent to select statement and your select statement will give you the proper output for what we expected here. Yes, understand? Now, I am trying to make this particular query a little more different here, same output. Okay. So, there is no changes in the output, but I am just changing with the help of alias names. Nothing but I want to give an alternate names for this particular thing. How to give alternate names? Let us see, I want to give employee name. So, I do not know these 2 columns or belongs to whether department this table or this table. Most of the people will get confused here, right. See that I mean, as I am a developer, I know that these 2 columns or belongs to a table of employee, but if someone is asked you or someone is new, then he cannot able to understand these 2 columns or these 3 columns, or maybe maybe is in confusion other whether this 3 columns or belongs to table 1 or this only 1 column is belongs to table 1, right. In that particular, I mean, if a person who is like that, who is a very new to this databases, right, I make to understand this is very carefully with the help of to understand the alias name. So, I am giving an alias name for a table 1, that is A, right. You can give any name whatever you want. Now, I can say employee salary. Now, I can understand that these 2 columns or these 2 columns has to be belongs to one table, and I am giving one more alias name for the second table, that is department name, and one more column I am giving a department location, right. So, now I can see that table employee alias name is what? A, nothing but wherever A is presented, those columns or belongs to this particular table, and wherever X is presented, table department X, right. So, then I can say that these 2 columns or belongs to this particular table. Yes, understand? Based on this, I can give a where clause. Now, I have written here table name in the earlier query. Now, I will just write it as A dot department number column supposed to be same as X dot department number, right. Nothing but I am just replacing the name of a table, nothing but I have already given a name to a particular table. Here this is A is call it as alias name, here X is call it as alias name. We are giving an alias name for a column, and also we are giving an alias name for table also, alright. So, just execute this query, you can also get or you can able to see the same output what we have seen earlier also, right. Just see that there is no changes with your output, there is no changes with your output, but due to the flexibility, due to a comfort of a particular developer, you can write a query like this, then it will be very easy to understand also, right. So, for example, you have worked in a company, after that you are going to leave the company after 1 year time. If another person is going to replace you in your position, then he has to understand which columns or belongs to which table, right. It is bit difficult for that person to understand it. So, instead of that, we make that person to understand very clearly or very easily with the help of alias name. Whenever if I say specific A, now I can understand that those are the columns or belongs to first table, and this one is belongs to a table number 2. Then you can execute this particular table, so that you can able to see expected output what we basically want. Yes, understand first of all. Now, this is a query is most useful. First of all, after understanding this query, I will make you to go for the next level. Yes, understand? Right. So, what is the next requirement is? Okay. So, someone is asked me to generate a report, right, who is belongs to department number 10, So, someone who is belongs to number 10 department, I want to get the records, and you can just observe here carefully, you can write a select statement like this, but right, for example, if a select list like this, employee name I want and employee salary I want, only 2 columns I want, then it is pretty simple for me to write a simple select statement, select start from table, or say you can specify the column names also, right, from the table name is TBL underscore employee, where I will just write a where clause here, where a department number column value is equals to 10. So, if someone is not specified or someone is only asked me to generate a report only employee name and salaries, then I can just say that it is pretty simple, I can generate the report for those people, right. So, I can able to see employee names and their respective salaries. But what I want to do is, someone is asked me a select list of 4 different columns, say employee name, right, employee address is 2 columns, and he is asked me that department name and department location also. So, now you have to think about it, right. See that now the first 2 columns is belongs to one table and this 2 belongs to another table. Then what you need to do is, you need to write a 2 different select statement, right. You can write the 2 select statements, but only the problem is the output is about 2 different result sets. Yes. So, what I want to make it is, this particular select statement is not enough for the requirement what you have currently. So, for this what I want to do is, I want to generate a report, let us say employee name and employee address is belongs to table 1, let us say B dot is alias name I am giving for the second table, that is department name, and B dot department location, this is the second alias name from the table employee A, right, table department B. Yes. Now, after this what I want to do is, where A dot department number is equals to B dot department number. If you have this one, that execute this query, you can able to see the output, which is of again 6 records, but what is we are expecting is, we are expecting only a few records from this table, right, yes or no. We are expecting the record of this one, and we are also expecting the result of this one, right. 2 records we are expecting, this is the record 1 and this is the record 2, but output is how many records here, 6 records, nothing but again we have to extend our query right now. How to extend this query is, I want to use an operator called AND operator. First, this condition has to be satisfied compulsory, and also I need to satisfy one more condition called department number is equals to 10. Nothing but this where clause is evaluate this condition, and also it evaluate one more condition here. Between this I am using an operator called AND. Whenever I am using an operator called AND, this condition has to be returned true, and also this condition has to be returned true. Whenever these 2 conditions is returned true, the respective result set will be sent to your select statement. You can just see that you can select list will only of 2 records what we are expected here. See that we are getting only 2 records here. The record number 1, Mr. Harsha is belongs to development, and Mr. Akhil is also belongs to development department. Yes or no? So, this is how we can able to write a query for this. Understand once again, please do understand here, up to this you can execute this, you will get a 6 different kind of records, but when you extend this to little more, nothing but you just need to understand here, this condition is true. After that I have to write one more condition in such a way that the department number column of first table, or it may be department number column is also presented in second table also, right. So, this department number is also presented in second table, you can write it, no issues, and whenever you write this, if you write OR AND operator between this condition also returns true and this condition also returns true, so that your output of a where clause will be given to input for the select statement. Note, so that it is going to fetch the select list. How many columns here? We are getting a select list of 4 different columns from the table what we expected is, right. Understand it? Execute this query, you can have a result set what we basically expected. Yes, this is what a very important part you need to remember whenever I am talking about equi-join concept, right. someone is asked me that please generate the report, right, please generate the report of department number 10 as well as department number 20. Nothing but how many department results he is asking right now? He is asking for the result set of two department numbers, department number 10 and 20. Here you can just see that here department number only 10 records you are getting, but he is asking me that he also want department number 10 people as well as he wants a department number 20 also. So, how to write the select statement for this and how to apply the join here? Let us see, I am writing a select statement in which employee name and what is another column you want? Let us say employee, or let us say any alias name you can give it. It does not mean that you have to use A, you can use X, A, B, whatever you want, whatever you feel better you can just use that. Let us see X dot employee name is one column and X dot employee salary is another column, right. Y let us see A dot department name column and A dot department say location from both the tables. What are the table 1? It is table 1 is an employee table, alias name is X and table department name is A. See that? So, now you are getting the 4 result set and I need to extend this query in a such a way that the first condition is 100% need to satisfy. Nothing but department number column of first table should be same as department number column of second table. Yes, this is the first thing. Here if you execute up to this you will get a 6 different records, but what I wanted is I want to extend that. So, what I want to do is I want to extend this query that you can see department number of a first table can be of say in operator. So, how many it would be? Maybe it is 10 or maybe it is 20, right. Nothing but previously he asked me only one department number. Now he is asking me 2 department numbers, whether it is can be department number of 10 or it can be a department number of 20 also. You can just execute this query. So, now how many records you are getting right now? You are getting a 4 different records here in such a way that this 4 records will be of 4 different persons. See that this person is belongs to department number 10 and this person is belongs to department number 20 and this person is belongs to department number 10 and this one is belongs to 20. Yes, understand? So, this is how you can write this, and you can also do one thing guys, you can write this particular query in another way also. Now, how to write this? Just please write this query now. So, I'll show you the same output what we have got here, the 4 different records. I am going to show you the same record with the help of a different operator. Here I am using in operator, right. If I say in operator, I can specify any number of values you can pass to it, that all values is satisfied. Instead of that, right, I just want to change a small change in this particular query. What I am going to do is first select list I am not going to change here, select list will be same X dot employee salary both columns and A dot department name and say A dot department location. This select list I am not changing any time, select list as it is, X is alias column to it, table department alias name is A. Up to this no changes, and the where clause first condition also not changing anything, because it is purely what I am trying to tell you is it is a purely equi-join, there is supposed to be a common column, right. That common column is also not changing here, right. After that, and this X department number is equals to 10 or it can be of department number of 20 also, right. So, now what will happen is just you need to you can just see the query, this 3 lines of code is same as here also, but only one thing what I am changing here is the second condition. Here I am using in operator, here I am using OR operator. What is OR operator is doing? Whether this department is satisfying or not, whether this satisfying, nothing but it is going to fetch the records of both the tables. You just imagine this, you can just see the output of this query will be of same thing here, right. Right. Is there any changes with the output here? No changes with the output, but only one thing is we have changed a specific query within this program is, right. See that here I am using a department number column 10 and 20, here I am department number is 10 or 20, right. Please do remember this very important factor, right. When you can use in operator, when you can use or operator, both or will give you the same output, but this in operator sometimes also uses for strings and the or operator will be uses for strings also, right. Understand here, right. Now, this is the second requirement. If someone is asked me, my manager is asked me that generate the report the persons or employees, I can say, right, whose belongs to, right, whose belongs to department number 30, right, along with their annual salary, nothing but yearly salary. Yes, understand here what is asking right now? He is asking me to generate the report of employee table or employees and who is exactly belongs to department number 30, right. The department number supposed to be 30 along with their annual salary, right. So, with a select list of 4 different columns, that is employee name, employee yearly salary and their department name. Only I am just taking 3 columns here, only 3 columns. One is employee name column and the second one is yearly salary, right. When I say yearly salary, you have to recall the yesterday's session. Yesterday I have been talking about a different kind of alias names, nothing but the columns which is not physically presented in your table, but you can be able to generate the report for those columns, right. So, then how to write a particular query for this requirement is, okay, you can write a query in a such a way that, let us see, select how many select list is asking, he is asking for the 3 select lists, say employee, right, say a dot employee salary has to be cross multiplied for 12 times as employee yearly salary and department name is belongs to another table. So, I am writing alias name for this, let me write alias name as B dot department name, only 2 columns there is. From how many tables we are expecting? First table is employees table, alias name is A and the second table is department table, right. So, department table alias name is B, right. You can just see that there are the 2 columns, but where is this the employees has to be belongs, right, where I am writing a condition to it where A dot department number is supposed to be 30, right. Before I am writing this particular 30, I do write one more condition to it. What is that condition? Department number column of first table supposed to be same as department number of second column, and then I do add one more condition that it has to be 30 department number. Let execute this employee name so what is that problem? Yes, understand it, cannot have all methods on varchar, okay. So, I will do remove this, okay. So, it just having a conversion problem. So, I will just remove this particular column, I will write only one column here, employee salary column, right. So, then I will just say execute this, right. Just see that here I am getting the proper result or I am getting the particular records whose belongs to a department number testing, right, the 3rd department, and in this is the employee salary for annual and this is the employee salary of another person, okay. So, if you want big let us say employee ID I am writing or employee name, or so I will add some more column to it, say employee name I am adding to it, right. Let us see, execute this, right. Now, you can able to see the record. So, previously you are not in proper way to understand this output. Now, you can see that employee name so and so person is belongs to the testing department, his annual salary is about this much, and here another person Ramu, he belongs to also testing department, this is his annual salary. Okay, understand here. So, that is what he asked me, right. He has asked me the same thing. He has asked me to generate the report of a particular person who belongs to department number 30. Yes, I was generated along with their annual salary, along with that yearly income. Yearly income is this much, right. Understand it. So, yearly income, how you will get the yearly income? Multiply the 12 times with the physical column of employee salary, then you can able to get annual salary of that particular persons, right. Understand here carefully. And here one more thing, okay. All right, let's see festival bonus, right. Let me my manager is asked me to generate the reports, right, generate the reports, right. The reports is belongs to department number 10, yes, department number 10, right. But what I want to do is I want to add the bonus for these people around 5,000, right. I want to add a 5,000 bonus to these employees as their current month income. Right. So, nothing but I want to add a particular details of a users or particular persons where this department number 10, right, and every employee has to be added with 5,000 rupees with that current, other employees supposed to not, nothing but for example, there is a department number 30 or there is a department number 20 also, but I want to add the salary for only department number 10, and that too I want to add a 5,000 to those 5,000 to those employees whose current month salary. For example, assume that some ex employee is a salary of 15,000, but if I add a 5,000 to it, his current monthly salary supposed to be right now 20,000, right. Nothing but this is how I need to be, and imagine that this ex employee has to be belongs to department number about 10. I want to make sure that it has to be belongs to department number 10. So, how to write this particular query for this, right. Let me write the select list. What is the select list I am adding? Select list employee name and employee salary, right. This is another column of my table. It has to be added with how much it is 5,000 as their month salary, the current month salary, right, the current month salary, comma, B dot department name and B dot department location also, right, from table employee A, table department B, right. This is how we can add it, but where is supposed to add these two persons? First thing is department number of first table supposed to be same as department number of second table, right, and I need to add the current employee salary for host people, it has to be only for department number 10, yes, right. What I want to write here is A dot department number is equals to only 10 department people, right. Now, let me write this particular query or let me execute, let me select this query and let us say execute, right. You can just see this result of this output or result set of these two output, you just see that result of this will be like this, right. So, if you observe carefully, employee salary about Harsha is 26,000, after adding 5,000 to it, then the current month salary about Harsha is 31,000, and he is belongs to department number about department is development and the department number is something say 10. As I am getting another department people? No, I am getting only department about 10 people, right. See that Mr. Akil have a salary about 36,000 in every month, as a festival bonus he is getting the salary about 41,000, 31,000 for Harsha and 41,000 for Akil. I am not getting any other department people, I am just getting only department about these two people, yes or no. He is also asked me the same requirement, see that he is asked me to generate the report about department 10 and he asked me to add the 5,000 salary for those people and who is belongs to department number 10, right. So, now let me write one more query here, say generate the report of employees right, employees whose belongs to department name as development and testing, right. See that here if I say there are 6 records here, this is the 6 records we have in our database table right now, yes or no, in which what is asking now, he is asking for the people whether he belongs to either development or whether he belongs to department about testing, nothing but out of 6 records you have to eliminate these 2 records, nothing but record number 2 you have to eliminate and the record number 5th also you have to eliminate, because these 2 persons or belongs to department name about administration, admin. But what is asking? He is asking for the department name as development and testing only, yes. So, now you have to understand this department name column is presented in second table, right, not in first table. Previously we are working with the department number column. This department number column is presented in both the tables. See that table 1 is also presented and it is also presented in table 2, but especially if I am talking about department name, it is not presented in table 1, it is presented in table 2. How to write this particular query to it? Select employee name, employee address, I am writing from, okay, one more column I will write for this. One more, what is the one more column? Say B dot department name from table employee A, comma table department number B or table department B. After this, I need to add a first condition that there is a specific column should be same as in both the tables. Yes, we have a same column in both the tables, and I want what I want to add here is, now this department name column is presented in which table right now? B table. What is the B table here? B table name, call it as table department. So, I will use alias name as B dot department name is equals to say development, and if I say and, what will happen? If I say or, what will happen? Now, here for this requirement he is asking for either department number 10, also he is asking for department number a department name as administration. So, I will add this to also, department name is equals to testing, nothing but whether a person can be belongs to department name as administration or whether the person can be belongs to department name as development. Okay. So, now let me execute this particular query so that you can able to see the 4 different persons is belongs to 4 different things, right. So, you can just see that the result set will be like this, right. He is Harsha, he is from Hyderabad, his development, his department is development. Mr. Anil is Hyderabad, belongs to testing department. Mr. Akhil is belongs to development. Mr. Ramu is belongs to testing department. Out of 6 records, we have to get 4 records. We got the 4 records here. Yes, understand very carefully. Understand this very simple, but it requires a lot of concentration to understand this kind of queries here, right. So, it is time up for the day, and so I am trying to conclude the session for today, right. It is about inner joins. It is too much important, I can say pretty much important. You need to learn this inner joins compulsory when you are learning any kind of SQL Server database or Oracle database, whatever not, right. Thank you so much for listening to my class. Have a great day. By the way, I am Anil Kumar, the trainer of APSSDC.